What's up, everybody? Welcome to the special edition of the Stephen A. Smith Show, coming at you as I love to do at the very least 3 days a week over the digital airwaves of YouTube and, of course, iHeartRadio. Thank you, as always, for helping my subscriber base, my followers, to continue to build and build and build. I've now eclipsed over 867,000 subscribers, and I'm going to keep on climbing. On this particular day, I'm calling this a special episode because this ain't the typical Stephen A. Smith Show right now. You see, there's a big-time show coming on Friday night. It's the series finale, not the season finale, the series finale, okay? And you mean Power. No, Power with STARZ on the STARZ network. Oh, yeah. I remember the days of Amari Hardwick, all right? I remember that. You understand? That Ghost and Tommy Egan with Joseph Sikora and all of these other cats. Get all that. As great as that was, and I appreciate it. Let me tell you something right now. I'm loving this right here. Friday nights. This is where I've been. Watching this series, watching Tariq St. Patrick, watching Braden, watching Diana, watching Effie, watching Monet, watching Kane, watching my next guest. You understand? Some people might call him crooked, as in a crooked lawyer. Other people will say he's shrewd and adroit and all of these other things. They call him. You understand what I'm saying? Dennis McLean. That's what they called him. But we know him as Meth, as in Method Man. He's also known as Clifford Smith. Beautiful last name, by the way. Very, very beautiful last name. But I digress. I've been waiting for this series finale for weeks. And it's coming Friday night. Who better to talk to than the one and only Method Man himself? You're all I need to get by. See, y'all don't know nothing about that. I got some producers on here, a couple of them older than me, so they don't know what I'm talking about. They don't know what I'm talking about, but I know. Meth in the house. You understand what I'm saying? Meth in the house. The one and only Method Man with your boy, Stephen A. That's coming up next. Don't go away, because you ain't going to want to miss what this brother got to say. Trust me on that. Trust me. My guest is a rapper, a songwriter, a producer, an actor, and a Grammy and NAACP Image Award winning founding member of the legendary rap collective Wu-Tang Clan. He currently stars as criminal defense attorney Davis McLean on the hit STARZ drama Power Book 2, Ghost, which airs its series finale this Friday, October 4th. Please welcome my brother, my boy, the fabulous Clifford Smith, better known to the world as the one and only Method Man. What's up, Big Time? It's Little Stevie in the house. It's
What's
Little
up, Big
Stevie.
Time?
What's up, baby?
What's up, Big Time? What's happening?
How you been, man? What's going on with your bad self?
Oh, blessed very much so, man. Love your come up, Stephen. I mean, well-deserved. You worked your ass off to get where you're at. Anybody that disagrees with that, got to answer to me.
Listen, man, I appreciate you, man. Nothing but love for you, man. But this, I got to talk about you because I'm so proud of what I'm seeing you do as a defense attorney. I mean, I've never missed an episode. You doing your thing, bro. Your acting is beautiful. It's just special to watch. How much fun has it been to play the role of Davis McLean on Power Book?
Oh, loads of fun, man. And not only that, you know, I work with one of the best casts on the planet. You know, Mary J. Blige, Woody McClain. I don't want to start getting into names, but Shane Johnson is my personal favorite. He played sax on the show. Love that guy right there. But yeah, it's been a blast, man.
You know, did you ever think, man, that you'd be playing a defense attorney? A lawyer? I mean, when I think about you, I'm thinking of, hey, at least a prosecutor. I never thought that you'd be a defense attorney, but I'm loving it. Have you ever thought about that at all?
No, hell no. That wasn't in the cards for me at all, man. I wanted to play sports, honestly. I thought that was my real calling, lacrosse or football, you know. But this is a nice little thing right here. If I could have been a lawyer in real life, I would have jumped at the chance to do that. But during career day, when they asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? My answer was always rich. So I think I accomplished that.
I feel you, no doubt about that. But what I'm asking specifically is that when you think about your acting career and what roles you aspire to play, How does this factor in terms of your level of enjoyment? What's so fun about playing a lawyer as opposed to a different kind of character for you?
I like a challenge the same way any good actor does. And I've never been in that world. I don't even like lawyer shows. But when it was presented to me, it's funny because I had just did my whole acting class, my whole acting course. And myself and my scene partner had to redo a scene from Philadelphia. My part was the Denzel part, the lawyer. He played the Tom Hanks part. So I'm not saying it prepared me for this, but it kind of gave me an insight onto what lawyers do on a daily basis, whether they're ambulance chasers or they're the top prosecutor in the state. You know, they basically bend people's wills to what their perception is and what reality is. And that's what I did every day on set. Bent what perception is and what reality is.
I got to tell you, man, listen, I ain't no damn actor. I try to do a little acting on a soap opera General Hospital, but I ain't no damn actor, okay? I ain't take no actor lessons or anything like that like you have. But I will tell you what has come to fascinate me about the profession. So many times we go through so many things in life, trials and tribulations. You know, by the way, you want, for the purposes of this interview, and you want me to call you Cliff, Clifford, Meth? What? I mean, you earned it. What you want me to call you, bro?
From the block. What make you from the block, bro? We from the block. You can call me Meth. It don't matter. It's all good.
You know it. But Meth, let me tell you this. The thing that I love, that I've come to love about acting, that's making me think about it more and more, I love and I am fascinated by the reality that you can be whatever the role allows you to be. You could get away with anything that the role, as long as it defines the role, you good. That's what fascinates me about acting. What about you?
Well, I like, you know, I like the fantasy world. And you know, when we're young, as young boys, we used to play cops and robbers. And the commitment alone just to, you know, being shot and dying and coming back to life, that alone was acting when we were younger. So, you know, I think I prepared for this my whole life, man. And it's just, when you can take control of an audience and make them believe that you are that person or whatever that role is, you've done the work, man. And it's going to resonate on that screen. And people are going to pat you on the back, give you all the accolades and all that. At the end of the day, man, it's what you feel and how you feel. Because when they call action, ain't none of them people there. It's just you.
Right.
The camera and your imagination.
Is it true that, you know, you're a stickler, you know your lines, you get your lines right, you don't make those kind of mistakes, you ain't having that because you're a stickler for everybody making sure they know their stuff as well? Like, if you're going to do an acting scene with Meth, you're going to have a problem if you don't remember your lines because he's remembering his, that you're a stickler for it on that level. Is that true?
I think a lot of actors are, because time is money. And you don't want to be the weakest link in a scene. Let's say if there's a scene of 3 people and the other 2 actors are just killing it, and you come with the wrong energy, you could ruin that scene to a point where they can completely cut you out of it in editing. That's how this thing works. But when everyone's clicking and all cylinders is clicking, you want to be a part of that action right there. You want to jump in and be like, okay, this is my contribution, and we're about to make magic here. And then when the magic actually happens, it's no feeling like that in the world, Steve.
Meth, let's get into Power a little bit more because the series finale's coming up this Friday night. I ain't gonna miss it. I can't wait. I'm mad I gotta wait 2 days for it, but it's all right. It's all right. I gotta ask you this. You know, your favorite scene doing Power since you've been doing it is what? Because I remember when Sax got himself, when your brother on the show killed him. And that was some tremendous acting on your part right there. But I'm wondering, what was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene had to be the courtroom scenes because I worked so hard on those things, man. And they came out pretty good, you know. That's the blessing of having a writer like a Courtney Kemp, who's written courtroom drama before.
First of all, major props. I'm just going to call them out by characters. Monet is Mary J. Blige. Kane is Woody McClain. I love Kane. That's one of my favorites. Tyreek, I mean, come on now. He's the star of the show. We know what he brings with his boy Braden, Gianni. I love the cast. And Diana, I met her for the first time at the HBCUs during NBA All-Star Week, and she was fabulous to meet and the whole bit. When you think about what the culture, what power has meant to our society, our culture, and how you've helped extend that, what do you think ultimately this show is going to do for the industry moving forward? Because I just like what I'm seeing, and I like the residual impact it's going to have. We've talked about Wire, we've talked about Power, we've talked about all of those things in the past, but Power Book Ghost, I think, is special as well. What do you think it's going to do moving forward for just all of y'all careers?
I think it's going to, I hate to use the word diverse because it's been ran into the ground, but it's definitely going to show that there are platforms for people of color, and we are very freaking talented, and we can bring a lot to a set. It doesn't matter what color it is. For us to be labeled a Black show and for it to do so well, that says a lot in itself, you know. But moving forward, I would love for these parts to be written without any color whatsoever. Like any actor can come in there and basically get the part, you know, because Powers, I think it's definitely setting a standard that you can no longer call these shows Black shows, you know, because the cast, again, is so diverse. You'd have to call it a Latino show. You'd have to call it a white show. You'd have to call it a Roman Catholic show, whatever religion, Jewish, all of that, because we covered all of those bases.
How much pressure are y'all feeling under when we think about the series finale and what other shows have, how they've had that final moment, that indelible mark that they left on the world? How much pressure were y'all feeling to get this right as the series finale approaches this Friday?
I think a lot of times with Power, the people that really follow the show would know that that 9th episode is always going to set up a banger for the 10th. And the 9th episode is always kaboom. There's always a major something that happens. Last year it was Sax's death and my brother. This year, no spoiler alert, because I'm not going to tell, because there's some people who might not have seen it yet, but there's always something. So I would rather go out with a bang than a fart. And we left it up to the writers, Brett Mahoney and the team, to do their numbers on this one. So if people like it, let the actors take the credit. If they don't like it, let Brett Mahoney and them get a little slack for
that. I like that plan. 1996, best rap performance by a duo, you and Mary J. Blige. Just 30 years later, it's come full circle. One would describe that as the moment with you and Mary J. Blige acting together on this series. How would you describe it? What would you say about you two working together and what that's meant to you?
It was smart of them at first because you didn't see us together. I think most of the first season they kept us apart because they didn't want people to put us in that music light, and it kind of kept her being Monet and kept me being Davis McLean as opposed to being Mary and Meth. Even though people were asking for it, they definitely were, and a lot of the memes that popped up were of the video with me and Mary doing our thing. When we finally got to act together, I'll tell you, those were some of the quickest days ever. Mary is a consummate professional, but not just because of that, because we laugh and joke most of the day. You know, we be on some hush stuff up in there, you dig? You know, I just love her energy because she don't come to play at all.
Come to handle her business. She always has it. I mean, every time you see her, I met her a couple of times. You just look at her. She just has that approach. She's about her business. She's about being elite at whatever it is that she chooses to do. That's why you don't have a choice but to respect her, but so much. I'm thinking about you, though, from this perspective. I'm just going to rattle off a couple of other memorable acting roles: The Deuce, Soul Plane, Trainwreck, The Wire. Is acting a priority for you now at this stage and point in your life? Would you say so?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Once my mind was opened up to so many different, it's a beautiful thing to be able to express yourself in so many different ways and be a creative, but acting, just contributing to some kind of project that's going to be great and translating someone's vision from paper to film. I mean, you can't beat that right there, man. And, you know, I just want to make sure I do my part not just to stay relevant, but to, you know, earn the respect of people that came before me and whose shoulders I stand on, and let them know that this is in great hands with me. I will not take it for granted.
You made a name for yourself in hip hop and what have you. How are you feeling about the hip hop industry today?
Well, you gotta, I mean, our business acumen off the charts right now. You know, I think these kids learned a lot from our mistakes as far as taking care of their business first. But in the same vein, I think the art has suffered some. A lot of things do sound the same, but that's not saying much because we did the same thing in the 90s. It's just that the difference between the 90s and now, if you heard a record, you knew exactly what region it came from. If you heard a West Coast record, you knew it because you heard that funk. You heard a down south record, you knew it because you heard that twang in there, that funky, you know, that bass. If it came from New York, you knew what time it was. And even Bone Thugs, when they first dropped, and Nelly from St. Louis, he had his own original sound. That is, I think, where the game lost some of its juice, but I have so much confidence in these new cats coming up because I've been hearing some brilliant stuff from some brilliant artists that are under 25 years old. And these cats get it. These kids get it, man. They do.
I'm wondering what level of concern you have about the industry from the standpoint. I remember when you and the Clan always greeted one another. What up, God? What up, King? Y'all were about black positivity, black empowerment. My favorite, one of my all-time favorite is Public Enemy. KRS-One can't ignore what he used to do, et cetera, et cetera. Black pride seemed to be that thing. A lot of times you listen to some people and they're not getting that from some in the hip hop industry. I want you to explain, is that a valid critique, a valid skepticism about today's hip hop genre? Or are you feeling very positive about what we're hearing, what we're seeing in some of these artists on the come up?
Okay, see, that's layered right there because we've been discussing this since hip hop first began. And then there was a movement, you know, Native Tongues, Public Enemy, KRS-One, You Must Learn. And then for some reason, it just got swallowed up by gangster rap, or not even just gangster rap, just that hardcore hip hop, because it was a need for that at the time. Now, I love the fact that there were people out there teaching us our history. And I love the fact that there were people out there, you know, basically teaching us how to dress, how to talk, act, walk, and all that amongst wolves, you know, teach you how to run amongst the gangsters and things of that nature. But as a whole, the music should not be held in just one category. I believe that it needs more room to grow so we don't have a thing where it's like the industry is flooded with one thing. It's a bunch of things. We can still have conscious hip hop right alongside gangster rap. If you ask me, they both coincide together. It's just some people handle their business a little bit differently. You have your intellectuals and then you have your warriors.
Right.
And in my opinion, they're both warriors. Just one does it cerebrally.
And I completely agree with you. A matter of fact, sometimes I'm not even looking to blame the artist when stuff like that goes down. I'm looking at the industry because you young, you want to come up, you trying to make $1. You understand? And they're telling you, nah, we ain't going to air this. This ain't going to work. This ain't going to work. Do this way. Do it that way. And you have no choice if you want to get in the door in the industry in some instances other than to follow what the executives and what the industry as a whole is telling you to do. Am I wrong in saying that?
No, you're absolutely right. But I'll even put more on top of it. They're not telling these kids to like what they like. But as soon as it's like you have a child who doesn't eat. Then you finally find something he likes, and you just keep feeding him that over and over and over and over and over again until he gets tired of it. Then you find something else he likes. Then you keep feeding him that over and over and over and over again, whether it's good for him or not. You believe in that moment you're giving your consumer what they want. And that's what the industry does. It doesn't have to be manipulated or bent. It's what the consumer, they see a want and they provide a service to the want. Period. Now, mind you, you will have other artists coming in and they'll say, well, we want someone who sounds a little bit more like Drake. This is why we need more independents, labels, that is, more independent record companies to show these people that there is life outside of the industry. There is a whole industry outside of the industry. And there are artists thriving that don't even have record deals, but people know who they are.
Good point. Good point. Just a few more questions before I let you get on out of here, Meth. What were your thoughts about Kendrick Lamar and Drake in that battle?
I mind's my business. I mind's my business. But it was great for hip hop. I've seen that. I mean, I go back to LL Cool J and MC Shan. People don't know about that one right there. MC Shan was going at LL Cool J. L never answered. KRS-One, MC Shan, same thing. Nobody, they saw the battle, but they never seen the fights in the club that would happen when certain records came on. So, I mean, this is all playing out. This is hip hop. This is the way it's supposed to be. And every 10 or 15 years, maybe shorter than that, you're going to have another one of these. And it's going to be great for the circus.
What were your thoughts when word came out that Jay-Z and the fellas picked Kendrick Lamar for the Super Bowl, but people like Lil Wayne, Master P, cats from Louisiana felt it should have been somebody local? My argument, just so you know, was that outside of Snoop and Dre and them performing in LA at SoFi about 2-3 years ago, it was you almost never saw somebody performing for halftime at the Super Bowl that was from that town where the Super Bowl was being held. So what's the big deal now? That was my position. What was your position when you heard all the noise about Lil Wayne being upset and Kendrick Lamar performing at the Super Bowl instead of somebody from Louisiana?
I actually saw that when you said that, and I was like, that's a beautiful statement. For me, I honestly, and I'm just gonna keep it a buck, I don't give a shit. But since I'm going to weigh in, I'm going to say Wayne has every right to be upset. But the point that you made is very valid. Just because you're from Louisiana does not warrant you to perform at the halftime Super Bowl. But I do believe there should have been some kind of consideration for the artists from there where they could make maybe a guest appearance. Usher, for instance, did Vegas, right? Last Super Bowl.
Right.
He brought on Little John. He brought on Alicia Keys. It was like his own playlist, you know? I don't know how that would work with Kendrick based off of the Drake and him, you know, having that little whatever it is. And, you know, Drake basically being brought in by Wayne. So it's a little weird there. But when we're talking about business, it doesn't matter who performs, the NFL wins. The advertisers win. Right. You know what I mean? So we're jockeying for a position that we're not even going to see the plethora of the credits or money, so to speak, you know? And I get just wanting to have that experience of performing at the Super Bowl in my own hometown and this, that, and the third. I believe Weezy should, but he's not going to be able to do that because he was not picked. And Kendrick wasn't a bad choice at all. And I think he's going to do very well.
Who's the baddest artist out there right now in your estimation?
Ooh, the baddest?
I mean, and listen, man, I ain't qualified. I like the music that I like. I listen to who I listen to, etc. I like a song here, there, or whatever. It's very rare that I listen to an entire album, and the legends are the legends. You just don't touch them. You always pay homage to them. You know what I'm saying? Yes, but in terms of the best out there, I don't think anybody should answer this damn question except those entrenched in hip-hop like yourself, who would know a thing or two about it. Damn it, I don't know, but I know you do.
I'm going to go with Legacy.
Even though it's subjective. It's subjective.
I'm going to go with Legacy on this one, and I'm going to have to say Snoop Dogg with the LL coming up right behind him. The reason why I say Snoop is Snoop has transcended rapper. He's transcended artist. Snoop is a franchise now. Snoop is what you call, he should just be an ambassador for our music, period, or hold classes on how to broaden your horizons, how to master different trades, how to market yourself, because Snoop is doing incredible things, and we're looking at more than 30 years, Stephen.
Yes.
30 years, and he doesn't even have to drop music, and that's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? So I have to say,
I'm a sports analyst. I can assure you, I ain't get paid no damn $500,000 for one assignment. That ain't happen for me. I'm in this business. That's what that brother's pulling in. So I got news for you. Snoop is on an extra level. Ain't no question about that.
And if I'm going to follow a blueprint, I'm following that one.
No doubt. LL not far behind, or NCIS, his acting career, In Too Deep, all of his music, everything.
LL has been a superstar since he was 16.
Yes.
18 years old. He hasn't stopped since his first album dropped. That's incredible.
So when you think about the advice that you would espouse upon youngsters on the come up, talking about what we're talking about, what would you say to them in the year 2024 about moving forward, not just in this business, but with their life overall, considering the kind of climate we're living in?
I could tell them this: you cannot move forward if you're in your own way. Get out of your own way. Seriously. And save your money.
But what does that mean? Stay out of your own way. Crystallize that statement for me.
A lot of times we do things that we know aren't good for us. We compromise things that we don't even have to compromise, that we look at in hindsight and say, if I could do that again, I would change this. I would say, go with your gut instincts. You got there, you're there for a reason, and it's got you that far. Stick with that. It's what worked for him, what worked for Pete ain't gonna work for Paul. So stick to your guns, try to remain focused, and I think you'll be all right at the end of the day, man. Real talk.
Can't have anybody from the hip hop industry, from the music industry on with me without even at least asking them their thoughts on the state of P. Diddy and what he's going through right now, sex trafficking, racketeering, all the stuff, kind of trouble he's in. Your thoughts, any thoughts you want to give about what your feelings are in regards to what happened with him right now, what's happening with him right now?
I would like to send love and light to his family. I would like to send love and light to his family, his children, his mom. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
That's all you have to say. Cool, no problem. Before I let you get on out of here, man, one of the things that I've been noticing about Power, with you on Power, you had a few scenes with your shirt off. Yeah, future. I mean, you seem committed to showing what kind of shape you in. The muscles and all that. Now, it's been an inspiration because my skinny ass with the pot belly and all of that stuff. I was struggling a couple of years ago, man. I mean, I done changed my life around. I'm a lot healthier. I'm in the gym 6 days a week, bro. But I ain't looking like method, man. I ain't looking like meth. You understand? I'm not there yet, man. I'm not there yet, okay? So what the hell is going on with all of that on the cover of Men's Health, doing sex scenes and all of this? I mean, what the hell is going on, man? What's going on? What's going on,
capitalize off it right now while you still can. You know what I mean? Yo, man, but like I told you when we first started this interview and shit, like this position that you're in right now, not many people can dispute that you worked your ass off to get there. Same deal here, brother. I wanted to take control of me. I couldn't control anything else around me, couldn't control the industry, couldn't control record sales, what parts I got, things of that nature, but I can control myself. And I wanted to get as fit as possible and to push myself as far as possible to see what I'm actually made of. Not what society thinks of me, but what I think of myself.
Were you going through some things from an anxiety perspective? I remember reading up on something about it, and you were going through some things mentally and emotionally before you got on this fitness tip. Can you talk about that a little bit, and whether or not that was the reason you got in the gym, or did getting in the gym help you address those things? Which one was it?
I can tell you this: anxiety, depression, always with me. Always with me. My main reason for starting in the gym started with insomnia. And then my reasoning became, I can't control anything else, but I can control myself. It's weird because it's always a constant battle to be happy. And we know everyone's not going to be happy 24 hours out the day and things of that nature. But you don't want to be so far in a rut that you cannot function. And anxiety does that to some people. Depression does that to some people. I don't have any solutions for it, but my coping mechanism was the gym. I would recommend anybody that's going through anything. That is time for yourself, whether it's in the gym, whether you're hiking a trail or biking, it doesn't matter. You just need that time for yourself to focus on yourself and not worry about anything, locking in on yourself.
Listen, I got to tell you this. It's done wonders for me. I never been to the gym 6 days a week in my life until until the last year or so, and it's changed my life around, bro. I can't even tell you how much better I feel about life. So you giving some real knowledge in that regard. Before I let you get on out of here, Vegas residency, Wu-Tang Clan. I mean, how's that been for you? Talk about that for a second.
I loved it. I mean, there's nothing greater than performing on stage with people you grew up with from teenage years on up. And,
right.
You know, our crowd is a bit long in the tooth, but so are we. But it's always great energy. And anybody that says that they never wanted to perform in Vegas is a liar. It's something about that town. I think Wayne Newton comes with the ticket because we actually got to take a picture with him. And, you know, the Clan is the Clan. And to see us in that light, even I was a fan saying, wow, I've never seen us like this big, ever.
Hey, man, before I let you go, you saw the Knicks? You see the Knicks get Karl Anthony Towns?
Yeah, but I'm going to miss D. I'm going to miss D. I'm going to miss Randall. Yeah, I'm going to miss Julius. I'm going to miss DiVincenzo. I'm going to miss those guys. You know what I mean?
Here's my thing. Let's talk about this for a quick second.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss DiVincenzo. That brother, that big time shot in game 2 to win game 2 at the Garden. I was right there. I was right there courtside. I mean, it was spectacular. It was special.
Yes.
Here's my thing. Julius Randle, and I love Julius, durable, workaholic. I love him. Never cheated us with effort the whole bit. But he needs the ball. And Jalen Brunson's there. So you ain't going to get the ball. So I need a better dude that can catch and shoot. And that's where Karl Anthony Towns comes in. And that's why I think it's better. I would have loved to have kept DiVincenzo, but I don't have a problem with the swap of Cat for Julius Randle. That's where I'm at with it.
That's dope because Melo was asked the question. He was at our residency, and one of our guys asked him the question, and I believe they said his answer was even. About the trade, he said even.
Okay.
He felt it was even. So I'm going to go with that, and we're going to see with this next season because Brunson is a star, and if Cat was the missing piece to get us over the top, so be it. But I'm gonna tell you like this: the Knicks ran in those playoffs, man, and you know when people were counting them out, they found a way to win, you know, with and without Brunson.
I got to tell you, I got the Knicks as 3rd in the Eastern Conference.
Nice.
Boston's the champion. But I look at Philadelphia. You picked up Paul George. Embiid's lost about 25 to 30 pounds. The brother averaged 35 on one leg against the Knicks last year in the playoffs. If he's healthy, I can't give him the favorites, but the Knicks can beat him. They can beat him, though. They can beat him, Matt.
I believe so. There's something about Paul George has been a lot of people's favorite player over the years, but he's become many more people's favorite players in these later years, man. Something about that guy. He's a machine, man. Love that dude.
Meth, man, I really appreciate everything, man. I'm so happy for you, so proud of you. I can't wait to see the series finale Friday night, October 4th, Power Book, Ghost. I can't wait. You've been sensational on this show, my brother. None but love for you, bro. You called me Little Stevie. I've never been offended by it. I never mind, bro. I never minded at all. I'm like, hell, compared to Meth, that's who the hell I am. If that's what he want to call me, we all go with it. I appreciate you, bro.
Stevie,
thanks so much, man.
He big Stevie now, baby. Salute to you, brother.
No doubt. Salute to you, my man. All the best to you. We'll talk soon.
Yes, sir.
Make sure y'all can catch the series finale of Power Book 2, Ghost, on STARZ, Friday night, October 4th. Don't miss it. I damn sure ain't missing it. I will be in front of the TV watching it. I can assure you of that. Welcome back to Stephen A. Smith Show, right here over the digital airways of YouTube and, of course, iHeartRadio. Thanks again to the one and only Method Man himself, Cliff Smith, the actor extraordinaire. I mean, I used to lean on the music, you know what I'm saying? Shorty, I'm here for you anytime you need me. For real, girl, it's me in your world. Believe me, nothing make a man feel better than a woman. Cream with the crown that be down for whatever. I'm not going to go any further than that. Y'all know what I'm saying because you know who I just finished talking to. I got to give my man Meth love because he deserves it. Drop some nuggets out there. All-time great, Snoop Dogg. Number 2 on the list, LL. I heard him. You understand? His acting is what it is for him right now. You understand? I heard him. Talked about the Renaissance man that is Snoop. That is true. a lot of us should want to follow the path of a Snoop Dogg, considering what this brother has pulled off, what he has accomplished, how he has made himself mainstream, one of the biggest brands in the world, okay? But Meth ain't doing too damn shabby. Brilliant brother, brilliant conversation, incredibly talented, hardworking, committed, and he's absolutely right. Time is money. When I'm doing General Hospital, as I digress for a second, as I'm doing General Hospital, I'm doing soap operas, all right? When you forget your lines, you know they got to stop the scene and start it all over. You know that everybody that's working on that scene got to start all over too. You know that you hold up people and you hold up the ability to make money. That's a problem. And Meth is like, nah, I'm very demanding. I have expectations. And cats got to meet him. That cat's got to meet him. Y'all get that? Y'all get that? All bosses have a mentality that the people who work for them have to meet a certain standard. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. I think it's important to make that out. I think it's important to highlight that. Meth Man just did that. No question about it. Spoke about P. Diddy, didn't have much to say. Most people in the music industry don't have much to say about P. Diddy at this particular moment in time. Can't blame him. Can't blame him. Shocked that he didn't have more to say about Kendrick Lamar and Drake. You know, he minds his business. But he did highlight how, you know, it would have been nice to see Lil Wayne and somebody from New Orleans performing for the Super Bowl, but Kendrick Lamar in the bad choice. Had a lot to say, a lot to peel from that. But in the end, here's the thing that you peel from him most of all. His greatness comes from his work and his commitment to excellence. And the fact that no matter how dour, no matter how depressing things may seem, things may feel, things may look, you gotta keep going. You gotta push ahead and keep going because there is always light at the end of the tunnel if you're willing to persevere and make it through. My man Meth, what an honor and a privilege it was to talk to him. I enjoy it. I hope y'all did as well. Until next time, everybody, peace and love. Stephen A. signing off.